industry. Industry where the manufacturing industry will be the secondary sectors where the product also produced from the raw materials. It will be the secondary sectors. And tertiary sectors, it will be related with the service, job, and the manufacturing goods one place to another place, etc. It will be depend on the tertiary sectors. So economic activity. So page number 19. Second paragraph, investment in the human resource by education and the medical care can give the high rates of return in the future. This investment on the pupil is the same as the investment in a land and capital. One investment is a share and bonds, expecting the higher returns in the future. So suppose in a higher returns in future, it will be human resource, as well as if you learn through the education or training. If you are resourceful person, then it is also the higher return opportunity also in here only. You in future you will be the higher return, you will given higher return to your parents. I also expect it. You can also given to the higher return to your family. So by this basis you are also coming into school. So a child took with the investment made on her education and health can yield a high returns in the future in the form of higher earning and the greater contribution to society. So how a student will be the greater contribution for his society? How another thing, you can provide the health treatment in future, isn't it? Like in a Vilas also belongs from a poor family. He did not have money for treatment. In this guy, in future, if you will be a doctor, then that kinds of people will be able to treatment from you. So in case also it will be depend on your mental condition, because without money, if you give them treatment or not, it will be depend on your mental condition. So this importance of this the education is themselves. They are also conscious of the proper nutrition and the hygienes. Hygienes in the village also, in a remote village area, you found that there is many people also gathered on place for the water, drinking water, etc. So in case it is hygiene or not, you can also check it if you have proper training. They accordingly look after their children's need for the education at school and good health. A virtuous cycle in thus created in this case. In contrast, a vicious cycle may be created by the disadvantaged parents who themselves uneducated and lacking in the hygienes keep their children in a similar disadvantaged state. Suppose in case you are if you will be the educated parent in future, then you will be able to provide proper education and the hygiene, etc. for your child. Or in case you are not an uneducated person, you will not able to send your son to school, and they will be grow in the dirty condition. So countries like Japan have invested in a human resource. Human resource also apply in our country's own state. What is the name of this state? Which state in India they are also invest the human resource? Kerala. Na? Kerala is the literacy rate is 100%. And maximum they are living outside of India. You know, actually there is no resource. Like in our state it is also called the gold state. It is called the gold state. Jharkhand is called gold state in the sense because here is a abundant of the natural resource. Like in many places here is a coal factory, coal mine, and another things is a stones, etc. So that's why it is called the gold state. It is everything is abundant, but till today we are also underdeveloped. Comparison from other states, they don't have, but they are also increasing human resource. The Japanese have invested the human resources. They did not have any natural resources. These countries are developed, rich countries. They import the natural resource needed in their country. How did they become rich and developed? They have invested on people, especially in the field of education and health. These people have made efficient use of other resources like land and capital. Efficiency and the technology involved by the people have made these countries rich and developed. So they don't have natural resources like in another country, but they also invest their generation for the development of education and health, and they are also developing their countries. Actually, they also made few days ago I got this information on books that they are also make the reservoir of water during the rainy season. Japan is a small island country. You got this in your map, in world map. It is also very small country, and but they also whole side also surrounded of the salt water. So during the rainy season, they are also make the reservoir of inside of the ground. Water reservoir they also make inside the ground, and they also collect water during the rain season, and throughout the year they are also supplying by through the agriculture time, also irrigation system and drinking water each and every they are also supplied through these pipelines. So they are also invest their human capitals, and they are also developing their countries. Suppose in case if you are a doctor, very good quality doctor, aims, you qualify the aims. So you need to start now. Okay. If you want to be a very good doctor from aims, you need to start now. This year, 2 students they scored 720 out of 720. No? What is the name of girl? She belongs from UP. Her father is a pilot. Nikita something I forget. She also scored 720, and the Shoaib Akhtar also 720. Economic activity, men and women. Economic activity, man and women. Man activity, what is the man activity in basically our society? So our society, how many students your parents, mom is working? Whose mom is maximum in our country? They are in a women are household worker. Maximum are household worker, and are the men they are also working in outside for their income. So household working is not considered as a GDP. GDP in the sense gross domestic product, that will also count into national income. National income, GDP, gross domestic product. Gross domestic product, that also related with the business purpose, etc. Then it is also coming through the income basically from men. But in women also, she is working throughout day in a house for developing, but it is not considering as a GDP because it is also not a part of the economic development of a country or national income. So, like the villas and shackles, peoples have been engaged in the various activities. We saw that the villas sold fish and shackle got a job in the farm. The various activities have been classified into three main sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary sectors including agriculture, forestry, animals, husbandry, fishing, and the poultry farming, mining, and quarrying. Manufacturing includes the secondary sector: trade, transport, communication, banking, education, health, tourism, services, insurance, etc. are the includes in the tertiary sectors. The activities in this sector result in the productions of a good and services. So these activities added value to the national income. These activities are called the economic activities. So what is called economic activities? Economic activity, it will be required the related with the national income. In case also service holder also in a they are also part of the national income. But household worker, she is also working in house for development. It is not considered as a national income. That's why because they are not growing the GDP. These activities are called the economic activities. Economic activities have two parts: market activities and non-market activities. Market activities involves with the remuneration to anyone who performs either activity performed for pay or profit. This includes productions of goods and services, including government services. Not market activities are the production for the self consumption. This can be consumption and the processing for the primary product and own account production of the fixed asset. So activity: visit a village or colony located near about your residential area and note down the various activities undertaken by the people of that village or colony. If this is not possible, ask your neighbors what is their profession. In which of these sectors will you categorize their work? So, say whether these activities are economics or non-economic activity. Vilas sells fish in the village market. Vilas cooks food for his family. Shakal work in the private farm. Shakal looks after his younger brother and sisters. So these kinds of activity, we have no time, I think. We have time. We have no time this year because COVID-19 pandemic is going on. That's why you cannot give the permission to students for collect this information. In this type of, if you practice, after few years, you will be a good human resource. Human resource, what is called human resource? HR. HR of a factories, etc. There is a human resource also required, and this kind of activity also grow your ability to the census. Make the census report. Census report, you know. After 10 years, we count the pupils of India. this kind of work. So extra money you have to give it to you, or dues pending of your work, money etc. will be given. Suppose this teacher do off this or continue.
Yeah.